let's go.
Yes, sir.
Jackets on green. Jackets on green. 1, 2, 3.
Jackets!
The Blitz is back. Welcome everybody to season 9. And our first episode features Ripon High hosting Hilmar High. These two teams last played in 2019 when Hilmar handed Ripon its only loss of the season. This was a highly anticipated matchup with Hilmar entering with an undefeated record and Ripon entering on a 3-game win streak. Huge TVL title implications with this game, so let's get right into the Friday night highlights. We start with Ripon on offense, and we have the quarterback Dylan DeGraff connecting with Landon Thomas on a 27-yard gain on 3rd down. A big pickup for sure, but Jack Manning is stuffed on his attempt on a 1st down later in the drive. He's running, but man, that's a swarm of Jackets. And so just like that, Hilmar has the ball, and that's Luis Vargas with a 32-yard run on the far side of the field. Looking good for Hilmar, right? But hey, just like Ripon, the drive doesn't go anywhere. This is an incomplete pass on 3rd down. Cameron Moak trying to find Cannon Ireland, and it forces a punt. Fast forward to Hilmar's second possession, and we have Derek Taylor with a 16-yard run for a 1st down, tiptoeing down the sideline, and then Moak connects with Ireland, but a great open field tackle by Thomas. That leads to 4th down, which leads to a 26-yard field goal attempt by Andre Alves. It's up, it's good. Hilmar leads 3-0 with 2:13 left in the first quarter. Ripon responds by looking to the skies on the ensuing drive. DeGraff airs it out to Nolan Young. Ireland is there with a vicious slam, which is called for unsportsmanlike conduct. 4 plays later, we have Manning picking up a 1st down with a 6-yard run. And later in the drive, facing 3rd down, Ripon again goes to Manning, who picks up a chunk of yards before being horse-collared, which sets up the Indians inside Hilmar's 10, and that leads to a Caleb Johnston touchdown plunge from the 2-yard line to give Ripon a 3-7 lead midway through the second quarter. Hilmar knows the importance of securing a halftime lead, so they let it loose, and it almost leads to an interception by Young. Hilmar keeps the foot on the pedal with a 1st down completion from Moak to Ireland. That's good for 11 yards. He gets out of bounds. And again, the senior QB finds the junior over the middle for a clutch 27-yard completion. Add a personal foul into the mix, and we have some drama on our hands. Hilmar on the 2-yard line with less than a second on the clock. They give the ball to Vargas, but he's stuffed. That is for sure the play of the game, and Ripon enters halftime with a 3-7 lead. Now before we get to the highlights for the second half, let's first recognize our sponsor, Realtor Michael Rocha. Are you a buyer looking to purchase your ideal home? Are you a seller wanting to get top dollar for your home? No matter what your real estate goals are, if you're looking to win in this market, Michael Rocha is your go-to realtor. Voted Best Realtor by 209 Magazine and Turlock Journal Reader's Choice, Michael Rocha has a proven track record of success throughout the Central Valley. Find out what Michael Rocha can do for you and your real estate needs by contacting him today at 209-485-5228. You can also stay up to date with Michael by following him on Instagram and on Facebook. We pick up with Hilmar on its second possession, and they're making headway with Vargas on the ground. First with an 8-yard pickup, and again on the following play with a 9-yard pickup. They again target Vargas on the very next play, this time through the air, but this bobbled catch is quickly stripped by Ethan Day and recovered by Adam Barrera. Hilmar's defense holds Ripon to a 3-and-out, and the Jacket offense attempts to regain momentum by sticking with Vargas. Look at this. What a nice stiff arm and spin on a hard-fought 11-yard run. This is immediately followed by a pitch to Ireland out the backside. The junior back explodes like a cannon down the sideline, and this is a 46-yard pickup. Hilmar is deep in Ripon territory, but faced with a 4th down, they call a field goal. And it's blocked. That was a 42-yard attempt. Ripon takes over, but time is winding down. Both teams are desperately trying to score, and DeGraff, he hits a 46-yard bomb to Young. Our camera lost focus, and it looked like Young lost the ball, but the refs call it complete. Not that it matters much though, because Hilmar's defense stuffs an attempted 4th down conversion, which also doesn't matter much because the Indians take the ball back 2 plays later with the help of none other than Young, who intercepts Moak's pass. Ripon's offense again fails to capitalize, and it looks like Hilmar has found its groove with a 50-yard bomb from Moak to Taylor. It's in the air. He pulls it down, but there's laundry on the field due to an illegal man downfield, and the play is wiped off the board. And after another turnover on downs from Ripon, a window of hope opens for Hilmar, which is immediately slammed shut by the Jackets. Third turnover of the game, a fumble recovered by Cesar Castellanos. Ripon holds on and hands Hilmar its first loss of the season.
It's a huge win for us, man. I mean, we prepped all week. We worked our butts off all week, man. All we heard in the papers was Hilmar this, Hilmar that. Hilmar's 5-0. Ripon stands no chance. We just sent a message tonight to the TVL that we're here to play. We're not here to mess around. We want the TVL championship, and we're going to come for it. This win right here really brought us together, and it's a great team win, a great victory. O-line did amazing, and defense really held up at the end. Especially Nolan and Ethan, Caleb Johnston, Daniel Espinoza, man, they all played great out there. And I know it got close at a couple times, but they held strong, played as a team, and played their butts off, man. I don't even know who we have next week. I was so focused on this week. This was such a big game for us. We'll worry about next week when we get there. Go Indians, baby. We're coming for the TVL championship.
As you would expect from the score, there weren't tremendous stat lines from this game. Hilmar and Ripon nearly identical in total yards, with the Yellow Jackets notching 234 total yards and the Indians notching 226 total yards. As for the quarterbacks, Moak threw for 91 yards while DeGraff threw for 130 yards. And as for one of the most explosive players on Hilmar's roster, Cannon Ireland, he recorded 105 all-purpose yards. As you saw from the highlights, the 3 turnovers from Hilmar truly were the difference in the game. Another thing to consider, Hilmar has been racked with injuries, specifically on the offensive line, with 3 of its starting linemen out for at least 3 to 4 weeks, which had a direct impact on the game when that 50-yard pass was called back late in the fourth quarter. Now, if there's a silver lining for Hilmar, it's that its defense played extremely well. And they'll have to do that again next week when Hilmar faces rival Escalon High. After losing to Ripon, they definitely cannot afford to lose to the Cougars if they want to stay in the hunt for a TVL title. As for Ripon, they will face Riverbank next week. Now, when it comes to the Blitz, we'll be in Turlock at Joe Devley Stadium for Harvest Bowl 18. That's right, Turlock High hosting Pittman High in the first league game for the Central California Athletic League. It's going to be a big one. Both teams coming in with 1 win on the season. Both teams coming off their first win of the season. You do not want to miss this matchup. Last year, Turlock moved ahead in the series by 1 game, and so this is Pittman's chance to again even this crosstown rivalry. You can find that episode at turlockjournal.com. You can also find everything else football related on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter if you follow at Turlock Journal. So until next week, when I'll be back alongside my co-host Angelina Martin, thank you for tuning into The Blitz.